It's already here, it's already here! We got basically the first half of summer blockbuster, Phineas and Ferb season 5 premiere episode. And I originally didn't really mean to make a video on this, but this sneak peek got me so hyped, I gotta do it anyway. We just gotta break this down. So it looks like Phineas and Ferb spent the entire school year telling their teachers and classmates all about their summer shenanigans. It seems they did most of the talking all year long while their teacher didn't do much teaching, and they spread out their adventures so they could talk about them every single day from start to finish. And don't these boys sound a little bit self-centered to you, or is it just me? No? Okay. Surprisingly, this didn't get their teacher annoyed with them. Actually, I've always imagined their teacher, or rather teachers, as lifeless, grumpy, Candace-like people who just don't appreciate what they do. They don't enjoy all their excitement and creativity and just think all this fun that they have is gonna take time away from their studies. And of course, they would be completely wrong because they're both geniuses and super respectful of adults, but still, I expected a little bit of conflict. In fact, the moment I saw this woman, I thought, what if they did an episode centered around her relationship with the boys? The show never really had the boys interact with any of their teachers over the summer, so it could be a pretty cool new dynamic. But then I saw how nice she was, and especially boring. She's so boring, she doesn't look interesting at all, so I really doubt any of that is gonna happen. Had there actually been a bit of tension between them, it would have been pretty cool to have their teacher involved in one of their shenanigans. Perhaps the teacher could have sided with Candace the entire time, trying to get them to stop. I don't know, I just think that could have been fun. Also, apparently the boys are in middle school now? For some reason, this is a bit of an inconsistency because in Doof 101, so during this exact same school year, they were still in elementary school. So this doesn't really make much sense. Especially this would even contradict Act Your Age. After all, Act Your Age is set 10 years into the future from the original summer, and if Phineas and Ferb are graduating from high school there, then this makes them 17/18, maybe 19, 10 years into the future. And from this, we can infer that they were about 8 years old during the original summer, give or take 1 year. But even if they were 9 last summer, how can they be 11 or even 12 1 year later? If I had to guess why they decided to age them up this much, I'd probably say it has something to do with the age gap between Ferb and Vanessa. After all, if Ferb was 8 during the original summer, while Vanessa was 16, then this means they had an 8-year age gap. But now, if Ferb is, let's say 12, and Vanessa's gonna turn 17 soon, then this means they just have a 5-year difference. Which is still not ideal, but it's definitely way better than 8. However, was it really worth it to contradict 2 entire episodes and break continuity just for this? Still, I realize that a lot of fans complain about their age difference, so okay, I guess they were trying to please the fans. We also see a buttload of references to previous episodes, including a little bit of a weird one. This picture of Chinese Phineas and Ferb is a nice reference, of course, but in canon, it doesn't really make sense. These are not present-day Phineas and Ferb, these are their ancestors, so how would they know about them? And even if it's because they're famous historical figures and all, it's still not something that happened to the boys, to present-day Phineas and Ferb over the summer, so why is that picture even there? Yeah, I'm overthinking this. Let's not overthink this. It's just, out of all the references they could have made, why this one specifically? Moving on, Agent P has apparently spent the last 9 months on venomous insectoid robot duty, which is, interesting. I just thought he spent the school year fighting other evil scientists in the meantime, but I guess Auka has also been fighting some other kinds of threats, so maybe venomous insectoid robots are like taking over now, or something? I gotta imagine this is a throwaway joke. But, in case it's not, what if this insectoid robot thing was actually sent by Anathema? This is of course the Alliance of Nefarious Animals that has an exceptionally memorable acronym, which is Auka's rival organization with evil animals as agents of chaos instead of secret agents fighting for what's right. The Alliance will appear in a series of shorts that, again, I talked about this in the past, but in case you don't know, Disney will be rolling out these shorts later during the summer, so maybe this is a bit of foreshadowing? Who knows? Yeah, no, it's definitely a throwaway joke, but a man can always dream. Perry is then informed that Doof is back to his old evil ways, and the guy literally emailed Alka himself about it, which clearly means that he's super eager to see Perry again, which is super wholesome. Or I guess I was thinking, usually for the evil scientists, having an animal agent assigned to you is actually a pretty big deal. It's an accomplishment and pretty much a sign of status. So that may be his official reason for emailing Alka. But in reality, he just misses Perry. Maybe he also needs his nemesis back so that he can gain a few more points in the evil scientist community. He actually lost quite a few of those after the events of Phineas and Ferb Save Summer. And I realized that we haven't really talked enough about Love Muffin, but I do expect it to be back for the season. Especially Rodney, I don't really think he's gonna stay in jail for the entirety of the revival. He is gonna break free, and he is gonna seek revenge on Doofenshmirtz. And finally, we see Isabella, Buford, and Baljeet brainstorming ideas for the neighborhood's block party, with Buford for some reason pushing for the Red Bull hot tub. At first I actually thought he said Red Bull hot tub, but no, the episode is not sponsored. Candace, of course, suggests the boys should actually build it all in hopes that at least one of those inventions doesn't disappear before Linda gets home, and this is a new strategy for her. After years, you would imagine they would run out of original strategies for Candace to enact, but they always think of some new variation of it every single time. She tried to take her mom to the place, take the thing to her, getting herself busted alongside the boys, slowing them down so they wouldn't be finished by the time Linda's back home. She made them confess, build a mama tractor, build something in front of Linda. Sometimes she herself was the evidence, but this is a new one. She never tried to make them build multiple things so that at least one of them doesn't disappear at the same time as the others. You gotta admit, the writers do have a knack for keeping her busting attempts fresh. I'm a little upset though that Candace is the only one who didn't really bring us up to speed on what she's been doing this year. Phineas and Ferb did it, Doof will surely do it, but she appeared and barely even said a thing. Maybe there just wasn't enough time in the episode. Overall though, the animation looks so very good, especially this scene here of Candace laughing maniacally. It really gave me season 1/early season 2 vibes. It was really so expressive. Although minor details like the font on Candace's Me, Myself and I poster changed, it's clear that they put a lot of attention to detail into recreating the backgrounds and trying to keep the animation as consistent as possible. They did a great job. Overall, I really love it. It does look fantastic. Although those background characters with their different color palettes, never mind. Oh, and of course, we got the first song of the season, and in high quality too. But I gotta admit, I'm not really a fan. It doesn't really stand out between what feels like 80 more summer-related songs. It's still good, it's just nothing really special. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but for now, I don't really love it. But with that being said, we can wrap things up. I know this video was a little shorter than usual, but I have so many things to do these days, hence why I didn't plan on breaking down this sneak peek, but it just got me so excited, I couldn't help myself, I had to at least address it. How can you not get hyped by watching something like this? As always, I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao! And now that I was putting away my microphone and everything, I just realized that I was singing in my head, "School's out, na 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 na." So it is pretty catchy. Okay, just because it doesn't stand out and it's not one of my favorites, it doesn't mean that I'm not singing it in my head over and over again.